What is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? I can't even speak, so let's just hop right into it. It's your boy Astro Phoenix, and I just wanted to come out here and just kind of chat with you all, see how things are going, and decompress a little bit. We are in a time right now where everyone is in this decompressing kind of state. Got this person behind me. I'm away from the pass. I wanted to share some thoughts real fast on this time while we're all staying in our homes for the most part, and what this really means, and of course what this really means is going to be different from person to person. But I've been seeing this interesting kind of narrative that's been going around, especially in the self-improvement, the self-enlightening, new age, spiritual, coaching kind of communities, on how to use this time, to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? So how to use this time and to come out on the other side ahead. And I think that's kind of a weird thing to be pushing, because it still gives the sense of this being a race, and that we're racing each other, and that there's competition here. Use this time right now to do whatever you need to do. If you need to sit on the couch one day, all day, and just watch TV all day, that's fine. You're not going to hear this from too many people speaking about spirituality, esoteric, improvement, motivational stuff. You're not going to see anyone really say this. People are going to be saying that this is going to be a time where you want to buckle down, you want to meditate a lot, you want to you want to meditate a lot, you want to start that business that you've been thinking about starting, you want to do a lot of the journaling, a lot of the shadow work. You want to use this time to get ahead. And there's been this sort of dogma I've seen where it's like if you watch Netflix, suddenly you're like a bad person or something, or you're a unmotivated person if you watch Netflix or Hulu or whatever. You're an unmotivated person if you just play video games during this time and you're not utilizing it to get ahead or to meditate or practice your magic or whatever, become more self-aware. We are in this decompressing state. All right, so the way that I see it, there's a lot of people in the world that now that they have been stripped away from their daily routine, now that they've been stripped away from what they find themselves usually doing, whether they enjoy the job or not, and I know a lot of people don't enjoy their jobs, but now that they've been stripped away from this, they are in this state where they have all this time and energy. And it's like, what are you going to do with that time and energy? And of course, we can be constructive during this time, I finally painted the other night for the first time in months, and I've been wanting to paint and stuff. But I have probably watched my fair share of TV over this time, and I've played my fair share of video games, and I will continue to do so. But I don't think that that's a bad thing. I don't think that it means that my spiritual development is going to be stunted because of that. I don't think it's going to just be halted because I'm doing those things. I don't think just because I'm not working on a business or my business that it means that there's something wrong with me or that I'm unmotivated. We gotta stop this whole spiritual shaming thing that we're doing. We gotta stop it, because it's unproductive. And now that a lot of people are at home by themselves or with their families or with their loved ones, and they have this extended time to decompress, which usually the decompression time it doesn't exist for a lot of people. Even the people that work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, they don't really get that time anyways, because they maybe get like an hour or two of it when they come home from work those days, maybe a little bit of it. And then on Saturday and Sunday, they're usually using that day to run around and do errands, stuff like that, and to see people. And then they go right back to work on Monday. So really, truthfully, we haven't had time to truly decompress and to truly rest. We haven't had this time. Even when we go on vacation. Even when we go on vacations. Vacations are very stressful. You know, just planning them, especially if you go with someone like a family member or a significant other. Vacations can be stressful too. So this is the first time in a while where society has slowed down to such a crawl that we truly have a time to decompress, and everyone's going to be reacting and responding differently. Yes, we can use this time to meditate and work on ourselves. Yes, we can use this time to work on our shadow work. Yes, we can use this time to commit ourselves to certain hobbies that we haven't done in quite a while and that we really want to do. Yes, we can commit this time to starting that business that we really want to. Yes, we can commit this time to doing all of those self-improvement things, and we should. But we also should not feel ashamed for wanting to just sit down and watch TV. We shouldn't feel ashamed if we're just wanting to sit down and play video games. We shouldn't feel ashamed for just wanting to do those simple things to just really decompress. We shouldn't feel ashamed for wanting to have a glass of wine or have a shot of alcohol or to smoke or whatever. Everyone is reacting or responding and coping with this thing in the best way that we can. Even people who may not smoke or drink or whatever still have coping mechanisms. Everyone has a coping mechanism. I don't care who you are, everyone has a coping mechanism. I don't care how enlightened you are, I don't care how spiritually aware you are, everyone has something that they go to for comfort. Everyone has a fourth house. Okay? Everyone has a fourth house. Everyone has a second house. Second house is comfort too. Second house is more comfort through material and carnal pleasures, mind you. So it can be food, you know. It can be food, it can be drinks, it can be those sort of things. It can be some sort of material thing. But everyone has something, okay? We gotta stop this whole spiritual shaming thing about how to best use this time. Everyone's going to use it differently. Everyone's going to use this time differently. You're not going to see too many people talk about this. You're not going to, because most people are going to be like, use this time to, you know, become enlightened or something like that. You know, use this time to work on your business. You can do, but here's the thing, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and that is true freedom. That is true liberation. We have not had a time in such a long time in our economy, in our society, in our life, where we have had freedom to this extent, especially considering the times. Because if you really think about it, especially here in the Western world, we have achieved such a level of comfort that we don't necessarily have to be worried. I mean, some people do. Some people do. And there are certainly problems that we all have to face, where people are wondering where the next meal is coming from. But a lot of people don't have to worry where the next meal is coming from. A lot of people don't have to really worry about shelter and stuff like that. So there's a level of comfort that we have achieved. And now that a lot of the normal stressors that we have that would cause this sort of, you know, fight or flight and all these other kind of energies that we used to engage with when things were a little bit more dire. But now we have this technology, now we have all this sort of comfort. This is the time for us to decompress. And if decompression 1 day or 2 days, maybe even 3 days, looks like watching 6 to 8 hours of Netflix, then do that. Who the fuck cares? And whose timeline are you on? We are all trying to conform ourselves to some sort of timeline on when we're supposed to evolve or awaken or become enlightened or whatever like that. I don't know what this timeline is. I don't know who came up with this thing. I don't know where the spiritual shaming comes from. I don't know where the spiritual shade comes from, because there's a lot of people throwing shade at each other. Me, myself, I've been using this time to really kind of reconfigure my values. That's why I haven't been on YouTube that much lately, and I'm just going to enjoy the time. And who knows, maybe I will come back to YouTube a little bit more frequently and stuff like that. I mean, this is going to be on YouTube, but I'm using this time to just sort of reconfigure my values. I haven't meditated every day, you know. I haven't done shadow work every day, you know. I haven't journaled every day, you know. I haven't read too much. I mean, I probably should read some books, but I haven't done that. See, that's another thing. You should use this time to do this. You should use this time to do this. You should use this time to do that. You should strike should from your dictionary. I think a certain level, the supreme being, whatever you want to call it, can appreciate the drive for perfection that some of us have. But in truth, we're supposed to be here to enjoy this plane of existence. I don't think we came here to suffer. I think we came here to enjoy and to create a paradise, if you will. I don't think we came here to suffer. That's not my belief. I think some good things can come out of suffering and hard times, but I think ultimately we didn't just come here to suffer. I think we came here to enjoy ourselves and to have a damn good time. And maybe that's just the dreamer in me. Maybe that's just the believer in me. But I wanted to say to you, if there's anything that you get out of this video, it's this. Whatever you're using this time of isolation, this time of coming back into our sanctuary, being in your home, this quarantine, whatever it is, whether you're mandated or it's self-quarantining, whatever you're using this time for, appreciate all of it. Just appreciate it. Don't feel pressured to do anything. This is a time to release the pressure, not put on more pressure. Peace.